Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody had a lovely weekend out there. I've been a little confused myself when you have Christmas on Friday. It just kind of throws things off. But it's been a beautiful weekend here. It was cold, really cold a couple of days ago. Warmed up a little bit, but no complaints. Today we're going to talk about the truth about weight loss on a raw food diet. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to that channel, please go down there and hit that subscribe button and click on the little bell and check send notifications so you can come back and check out more of my content. I'm going to amp up this content in 2021. So weight loss, they're coming for you. Christmas is over. Everybody will eat the leftovers, but next Saturday, next Sunday, they'll be coming for you. Everybody with a weight loss program, everybody with a new book, everybody with a new diet. Oh, there'll be cleanses, do this, do that, use this powder, just drink nothing but grape juice for a week. And it's usually mostly stuff that it's kind of the old cliche about and it's true, everybody signs up at the gym. Everybody goes for the gimmicky stuff right after the holidays because they've packed on that weight or they just haven't eaten things that they should and they just don't feel good. And they want to get rid of it as quick as possible. Quick, quick, quick. But that's the worst thing you can do because the truth, and that's part of the title today, the truth about a weight loss diet is it's rather straightforward. It's not that complicated if you know a few simple things about it, and gimmicks are never going to work. Never going to work. A gimmick you might lose weight on a gimmick. You're not going to keep the weight off on a gimmick because it's not something that you can live on. Any of this stuff, here's what I don't get. I see all these overweight people out there that dabble with the raw food diet or just a whole food plant-based diet that are constantly, and they'll argue with you. It'll just frustrate you. Don't even argue with them. But they're overweight and they're constantly doing another juice cleanse. They're constantly doing another juice fast. They're doing one of these islands where they only eat one fruit. But the theme today may be gimmicky. All this stuff is gimmicky. You can't live on that. I say you need to find a program, whatever program you find, whatever method you find to lose your weight that you can live on. Because otherwise, it's a yo-yo effect. You're going to go on something, whether you do a juice cleanse or some radical diet or, like I say, some drastic way of losing weight. Yeah, you might lose that weight, but you can't live like that. And as soon as you go back to the things you were doing, that weight's going to come right back on. And then you're just going to feel worse about yourself. And you're probably going to gain the weight back and gain an extra 10 or so pounds. And it's just a vicious spiral over and over and over. Sometimes that's how my brain works. When I see repetitive stuff over and over and over and over, it's like a tick in my head. It just it annoys me. And I've seen this because I've been doing this for 8.5 years now. And I just see the merry-go-round year after year after year after year. People do the same things in January. By March, April, they're tapped out. By the summer, they've given up on the year completely. And it's just this same cycle year after year after year. Why not make this the year that you focus on getting healthy? You will drop that weight. And not everybody, and when I talk about weight, I'm not talking about everybody has to be some model looking person or has to be some super slim person. There's people that are bigger boned people and are going to genuinely carry a little bit more weight. Now, some people will use that as an excuse too, and they'll just say, well, I'm big boned. That's why I carry it. So the bottom line here is being truthful with yourself. You can bullshit me, you can tell other people whatever you want to, but at the end of the day, whatever you're carrying on your body is the final verdict on whether what you're doing is right or not. Does that make sense? Am I wrong there or not? So get away from those gimmicks. If you can't do it long term and you can't do it in a sustainable manner, it will not last. Even if you lose that weight, it will come back and you will just be doing this over and over and over again. It's not all that difficult. Like I say, anytime I talk about weight, I have to make it clear to you that what you see now is not, I hate this genetic shit or whatever, or, oh, I'm like, you just burn weight. Some people have that faster metabolism, or some people are naturally skinny. I'm not a naturally skinny person. I was a fat kid. I did drop weight. I've been going through a bunch of old photos. I dropped, I kind of went from being fat to just, kind of a bigger kid around the 6th or 7th grade. I lost some weight, but I was always a big kid. When I graduated from high school, I was close to 200 pounds. Yeah, I carried a little bit different. I was a little bit bigger. Put on a lot of weight in college. A lot of it was by, working out, weightlifting. I was real thick, but I also had a gut too. Point of the story is every time I tried to lose weight the conventional ways, when I would do diets, or even when I was just eating, the standard American diet, or a cleaner version of a standard American diet, yes, I could lose weight, but it was like everybody else. I really had to work at it. I had to deprive myself. I had to cut calories. And I had to get on the treadmill and exercise. Eventually, I would get that weight off. But the point being, I just want you to make sure that I'm not a naturally skinny person. That has nothing to do with it. But I found a way of eating. And since day one, I've been perplexed, and this is not to try to argue with people or anything else. I've just been perplexed based on my experience, because I went high raw from the beginning. I was living in Costa Rica. I didn't kind of go through the stages of being vegan, and mostly, I went high raw in the very beginning, and from day one was working towards becoming raw. So, it just was from the very beginning, was almost like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. As soon as I started doing the raw food diet, or a very high raw food diet, man, weight just started dropping off of me. And I've told that story before of just getting way too skinny in the first 6 months of this lifestyle. But I wasn't depriving myself. I wasn't restricting my calories. I wasn't saying, oh, I shouldn't eat this. It was just like, I was eating everything I wanted. I was never hungry. I just hadn't learned yet how much food you need to sustain yourself on this lifestyle. And it just goes back to there's something in there. And here's some advice I'll give for you. Even if you're going to end up this year getting the health coach, there's about. Oh, and by the way, if you're looking for a health coach, you got plenty of options, because every other profile I go through on Instagram says health coach, weight loss coach. They don't look like they've lost the weight. They don't look that healthy, but they're a coach. So everybody's a coach out there. But at least if you're going to deal with somebody, whether a health coach, raw coach, weight loss coach, whatever, you would get better money, at least get your money's worth. What you need to do, get that journal. And you need to be honest with yourself. If you would take your journal, starting on January 1st, or whenever you start, and if you would write down and be very honest about amounts and everything, write down everything that you put into your mouth for 30 days. Whatever happens at the end of those 30 days, you lost weight, you didn't lose weight. Then, okay, if you want to go to somebody, if you want to consult with somebody, go to a health coach or somebody for weight loss, then it's right there. That person doesn't have to guess. There's no bullshit. There's no well, maybe I did this. There's no you hiding things. And if you're hiding something from somebody that's trying to help you, that just makes no sense. Never lie to your lawyer. That's a little PSA for me there. Never lie to your lawyer. Never lie to your doctor. Never lie to somebody that's trying to help you. So if you were to do that health journal for 30 days, and then you go into somebody who actually knows what they're doing and gives you some sensible advice, they could go straight through there and go, oh, well, there it is. See, you're doing this. You do this almost every day. There you go. Because a lot of times the weight loss, we're not going for rapid weight loss, or I wouldn't suggest going for rapid weight loss. Sometimes the culprit that's holding you back might be 300 or 400 calories here or there during the day. Or it might be, oh, I didn't realize I was getting this much fat in there. But if it's right down there in black and white, somebody can actually help you. Somebody can go in there and say, okay, well, why don't you do a little bit less of this? Why don't you maybe substitute this for this? And boom. Listen, I'm one of these people. I like it. We've got point A, we've got point B. I like the shortest distance, and a straight line is the shortest distance. So just be real, be honest with yourself. And like I say, none of this sounds sexy. It doesn't sound hot. I see the stuff on Instagram, and it's very enticing, with the graphics and whatever it pulls you in, showing you how your body's going to transform. But Here's something I want to know from all the health coaches out there, all the weight loss coaches, all the raw coaches out there. How come you would think like the best form of advertisement for this kind of service, this kind of business would just be like, why aren't these people in Instagram? Why don't we just see in their daily posts testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial? Because their methods don't work. A lot of this stuff is gimmick. A lot of this stuff is BS out there. And a lot of this stuff is just straight up borrowed, taken from the regular diet industry and just kind of repackaged, regurgitated into a raw food diet. You know, you've got to just decide if you really want to lose weight doing this lifestyle. This is the best way to do it. I eat all I want every day. I got on the scale this morning, weighed 164 pounds because I had a couple of light days a few days ago. I have been, since this, people talk about gaining weight during this pandemic. Since this pandemic started, I have eaten like a mofo. I mean, I eat. Sometimes I'm like, God, I need to eat, but I just can't eat anymore. And I think at trying to gain some more weight, I think I've gained like 1 pound during this pandemic thing. So, but let me make that clear again. I'm never hungry. I never deprive myself. I never deprive myself. This morning, I've already had chocolate pecan ice cream. I have go just to see what I'm talking about, because there's enough people get tired of my ice cream post after a while. Go look at what I eat every single day on Instagram. I eat a big ass bowl of ice cream every day. I have a big smoothie most days, unless I just one day eat something else and don't get around to it. I have these big smoothies, these probably 1,000+ calorie smoothies. I eat all day, every day. And I maintain my weight, or sometimes I get on the scale and I'm like, damn, I've lost a pound. So it is what it is. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. But get off that wheel. Get off that wheel. And if you're not going to do it, just say, hey, the hell with it. I'm just going to eat what I want. I'll let the weight decide where it'll be. And that's that. But once again, like I say, and I'll finish off with this so you don't misunderstand this message. This is not about everybody being, for women being a size 6 or men being this or that. It's not a particular aesthetic. It's about health. Some people are going to carry a little bit more weight. So I see a lot of bodies that I consider healthy that might not end up on the cover of a magazine, or might not be what somebody goes, ooh, that's a hot girl, or that's a hot guy over there. But I can tell, I can see they're healthy and I can see they're fit. So anyhow, just rambling a little bit on a Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed this message. If y'all like it, please give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you here early in the week. Peace.